everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 5, Episode 37, Mavic 3 Enterprise Leak and Avata Reviews. How is everyone doing this evening? Let's get to the chat right away. Let's see who we got here, okay? Mr. Michael Wright, Charles Hatmaker, Drone Shots, Jody, Leonard Oglesby, Johnny Drone Flyer, JC Flying is in the house. Welcome, my friend. Let's see who else we got. Akarasho, Zach Key. I know Mr. Stephen Ewing is in. Flying Flynn Media, welcome, my friend. Let's see who else. Hot Rod Daytona, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Maddie is in the house. Welcome, Maddie. Lauren is here. Welcome, Lauren. Let's see. USA Drone Flyer, welcome. Mark White, welcome. Running through here. Boy, we got a good crew here already. All right. Jose Luna is in the house. Paul G is in the house. Let's see who. Sergeant Brock is here. Frank Walker is here. Trini Weeks, welcome, Trini. Good to see you this week. Drone Views Media is here. And SSB73Q, my friend, good to see all of you. All right. How is everyone doing? Next week's Labor Day. September. Wow. It's just amazing. I don't know about you guys, but this year is just like going by. And then pretty soon it'll be my favorite month this year. Well, two favorite months. July, that's the birthday month, and especially our little Miss Ellie. And December 10th, my daughter's due with granddaughter number 2. Okay. And yeah, we don't, the name of our granddaughter is a military secret per my son and son-in-law and daughter. So we're not going to find out till the baby's born, but we're going to book a week up there. We're going to stay up there for a week. Hopefully we'll have cooperative weather. That's going to be our big Christmas gift this year, is getting to hold. It doesn't get better than holding a new grandbaby. I'll tell you that, guys. It really doesn't. I thought having kids was good. It's like everybody said, skip the kids part. And let's go straight to grandchildren. All right. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Sorry about that. We're gonna kind of focus on the Avata here in a little bit. It's going to be towards the end of the show. I know Ron put out some things we're going to talk about. Just to let you guys know, we're going to look at some of the reviews that have gone out there, and there's been a lot of good reviews out there. We're going to look at availability. We're going to talk about updates that have already come out and people's reactions to it. Just to kind of get a flavor and a feel. I mean, I've watched a lot and I've read a lot, and so we can kind of talk about this because it's interesting. Again, you guys know it's not coming my way. All right, that's for sure. First thing I do want to talk about is, looks like GoPro, they have a tendency, it's September's their release month, and it looks like they're going to be coming out with something next month. And let's bring up an article that I found today out on Drone DJ. And there are some pictures that were leaked of the 11. And of course, there's really no surprises in the way it looks here at all. None. Yeah. GoPro Hero leak picture suggests no major design changes. Hello. Pretty much, GoPro's past records any indicator. Company will likely launch the next version sometime next month. And now there's a whole lot of Hero 11 images that have been dumped online. Okay. There's another one. There's some more. More leaks, and specifically camera specs, are expected to surface in the next coming days. Be interesting if the GoPro announces a Hero 11 Black Bones stripped down version of the camera for FPV drone pilots at the same time as the main camera launch. Hero 10 Black Bones is the lightest GoPro ever, weighing only 54 grams. It can capture cinematic 5K. It's worth highlighting that the Action 3 is also expected to release in September with a form factor identical to the original Osmo Action. So There's going to be a lot of competition, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be real interesting to see what pans out with both of these. You know, I'm sorry, my allergies have been really bad lately. But it's gonna be interesting to see. You know, DJI is kind of returning to its original form factor with the Osmo action, and I think it's good. I don't, personally speaking, my Osmo action is still fine. So you're gonna have to pry my cold dead hands off it. That's pretty much where it's at for that. So, got an update, and I made a decision on the Fimi X8 SE 2022 V2. As you all know, I sent mine back to Amazon. I was having issues with it, just, and I made, I'm sorry, I apologize. And I made a decision, I'm not going to be repurchasing it. Okay. I looked at several things, and I am going to be making another purchase. However, that's going to be a surprise. It's going to come out in the video. That should be out in the next probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, somewhere around that time frame. But and there's some purpose behind that. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming soon. And while I'm not going to be getting one, rumor has it someone I know up in Ohio is going to be getting one, and I've actually sold him my controller as well, a TX10 controller. So he's going to be picking that up. So he's going to be getting it, and I'm going to be there to be his assistant and advise him and help him out along the way. It's really his first true drone, and he's looking forward to it. And I don't blame him for a first drone. I think it's an excellent choice. And for me, for what my needs are right now, that's not going to meet my needs at this point in time. So, but stay tuned. Few you may be surprised, or a lot of you may be surprised. I hope a lot of you are surprised. It's hard to pull surprises anymore. It really is. But I think you guys will, and you'll know my reasoning for it when you see the video, and there's going to be some explanation behind it. It's not just going to be, buying a drone, but there is a purpose behind it. So stay tuned for that. That is coming up. Just want to let you guys know, around the corner. Like I said, probably about a week and a half. There'll probably be a video out on it. Okay. Well, we kept on hearing things about leaks about the Mavic 3 Enterprise. Well, sure enough, we got some pictures here, and I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys. And I think that's coming sooner rather than later as well. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Thought I had that up here. Go ahead and let me find this here real quickly. I thought I had this good to go. It's one of those rare moments that I got sidetracked. I have no idea why. Probably I was paying attention to Valerie talking to me. How about that? There's a good reason. There's a very good reason. I like that. There we go. All right, I found it. And this article's from Drone XL. Hi does a great job. And if you guys don't want, I look at both Drone XL, I look at Drone DJ, I also look at Sally French every day to get news and information. So, that's something that I encourage you guys to definitely, look at those sites. And I post more often than not, most of this out on the Facebook group and page. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and share this here. Okay. DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise camera leaked in photo, and you can see right here. This photo was shared on social media by Deals Drone, showing the Mavic 3 Enterprise camera in great detail. Mavic 3 Enterprise is rumored to arrive in two versions, one with a thermal camera and one without. Recently, we learned the Mavic 3 Enterprise drone will be unveiled during DJI Airworks 2022. In the meantime, we do not have any specs on either the Mavic 3 Enterprise or the DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise Thermal, but it's safe to assume these two drones will blow their predecessor, the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, out of the water. Expect the Mavic 3 Enterprise to become a very capable drone for first responders. The unmanned aircraft will replace the old Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced and will slot right in below the DJI M30 drone that was launched earlier this year. Okay, and it's going to be at DJI Airworks from October 10th to October the 12th. So, and that's going to be out in Vegas. So, that's coming right around the corner. That's not too far away, and it's going to be real interesting. I'm going to be very interested to see what the camera specs are going to be on this. Is it going to be? It's not going to be. I can tell you, it's not going to be good as the M30. All right. But I think you're probably going to be just a little notch below the M30 in this, and this will be what will be nice is, and the M30, the base model runs about 10,000. The M30T I think runs about 14 or 15,000. This will probably definitely be below that threshold. I think definitely in terms of the price range. So it'll be more affordable for a lot of first responders and EMTs and so forth, because they have strict budgets, but I think it's going to do very well. I think it's going to be a drone. The Mavic 3 is a great drone. I mean, it's an excellent platform to go ahead and do this. And DJI's made a wise decision with this, and I really applaud them for this because I think this kind of drone will really help save a lot of lives for first responders. So it's coming around the corner. Pay attention. Like I said, it's coming up at DJI Airworks, which is going to be very interesting here. And that, again, that's coming up in Vegas, not too much longer. So stay tuned for all that. We're looking forward to that. It's not a consumer drone, so specs are geared for enterprise people. Exactly, Lauren. It's going to be geared. There's Mr. Marcus Crawford. Let's
check 1, 2.
Mr. Marcus Crawford, how are you, sir?
Not too bad, Bill. I was kind of had the show going in the background while I was eating a little dinner tonight, and I heard you talking about GoPros. So when you get around to it, we can talk a little bit about that as well.
Oh, we will. Well, you know what? We'll definitely do that now because I'm finishing up on the Mavic 3 Enterprise. We all know your history with the latest GoPro with the Hero 10, and it was not a good experience for you. Has it soured you from looking at a Hero 11 or not?
It has. In fact, I watched Sean at Air Photography did kind of a sneak peek at the Hero 11 today as well. There's, as you know, there's some pictures that have come out and so forth. And my friend Lauren Donauer, I see he's in the chat. He helped me out and got me focused on the Action 2. And let me tell you, it's changed my world as far as the way I do my productions now. It's so much easier, and quite frankly, it just works. And I still have my Hero 9, and it works okay, but even it has those freeze ups and so forth. And I was looking through the comments on Sean's video today where he was talking about the Hero 11. Tons of people complaining about the Hero 10 and freeze ups and problems with it. So it wasn't just me. And Sean even mentioned that in his video, that he has issues from time to time with that. So, yeah, I mean, gosh, you really want to support US-based companies like GoPro, and I've always been a fan of GoPro. But when the product just doesn't work, what are you going to do? And it caused me to have to redo it. I mean, it cost me hours and hours of work, Bill.
Yeah, and you need something in your workflow that's gonna just work. That's why you include things like that in your workflow. Like with my original Osmo Action, it works. I don't even question it. I hit the button. I know I'm going to get video on it. It's a given. And to have the problems and the issues that you had with freeze ups and everything, and I know the frustrations you had with your Hero 10, and that's what I figured. I figured you probably are just going to be using your Osmo Action 2 because it's a good platform. you know, it's reliable. I mean, for the most part, you know, people
You
aren't
know,
having
Bill,
issues with it.
I've got two of them, and it works so great. I can put one of them on the tripod, and then I can carry one with me. So if I'm out with the drone, you know, and I want to get close up of a landing or whatever, I carry that second one. The other thing that's really revolutionized my workflow is that DJI mic system. So you're going to call me a DJI fanboy, but I'm telling you, it works. And all of a sudden now, audio, getting good quality audio, I just don't have any problems with it anymore. It works perfectly every time.
See, and you know, there's something to be said for that because you know having the DJI mic with you as well too. I mean, that's a game changer because you know having crystal clear audio with your videos when you're out in the field and you're shooting. I mean, there's something to be said for that. Okay, because back in the day, back my workflow when I first started was I had like I don't know how many long foot cord to my smartphone, you know, with a lavalier mic. I mean,
Right.
it worked and it sounded good, but I was tethered to the cord. You know, it's like, and I had to watch. You know, I'm around the drone. You know, I don't want to trip over anything. All that kind of good stuff, and you don't have to do that with that mic. And
The other thing, Bill, is you know with your Action One, the microphone on that, it's not bad, but it's not great. They really upped their game with the Action 2. So if it's a windless day or I'm just inside the house or something, and I know that I'm going to be talking directly to the camera, heck, I just use the mics that are on the Action 2, and they're phenomenal. I think it's got like 3 or 4 mics on it, something like that, and it sounds really good.
now, see, what I did was I got a Rode mic and put it on here, and I'll tell you what, that thing is it's a game changer.
Yeah.
It works so well. I mean, I don't have the cat on it, but yeah, I mean, this thing works like a champ. I mean, all I got to do is make sure it's charged. I'm good to go, you know?
That's the other thing. God, it's the other thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Bill. So that's the other thing about the Action 2 is it has that bottom part that's got the bigger battery in it. Both the top part with the camera and the bottom part have batteries in them. But I've never depleted a battery on the darn thing, you know, and so if I do a video, it could be running for an hour, and I've never come close to depleting the battery. Whereas, and I bet Ron will chime in on this, on my GoPros, typically at about 30 minutes, I'd have to stop, put another battery in, and go.
Yeah, except for the new extended life battery, but normal batteries, you may not even get 30 minutes with a normal battery if you film at a high, high 4K, high frame rate, 60 frames per second. Bill, was that the new Action 3 camera that's coming out?
I wish I was under DNA for that.
Okay.
That's for sure.
I just checking. I wanted to make sure. How about, do you have the new DJI? What is it? The Osmo 6 gimbal and anywhere in the background with a little,
the OM6
with a little LCD screen on it?
Yeah.
Before I forget, I want to wish Matt Bagwell's son a speedy recovery. Had a heart issue and put a stent in, and it sounds like from what Matt said in the chat, he's doing well. Matt, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your son and your family, and hope he makes a full and complete recovery. You know, and I know there's a lot of people chimed in. We're thankful for modern medicine and what the capabilities and abilities can do, and I know our own.
Yeah, let me chime in. 9 years ago, I think today, or actually I think it's tomorrow morning, but I went in the emergency room and I needed a heart stent, and I got the heart stent in. They released me the day afterwards. I've been fine ever since and whatever.
Yeah. So Ron, your description of that to me was so dramatic. The way you described, Ron, I mean, what you told me is you couldn't hardly walk down the hallway without losing your breath and
yeah, I mean, and when I would go to my doctor's office or whatever, by the time I parked the car and got inside there, you know, I'd already be having trouble. But then they would let me sit in the office for like an hour, and then they'd go and do the EKG. Well, I just been sitting there relaxing for an hour, so I passed the EKG every time in the doctor's office. But I'm saying, you need to get me as soon as I walk in the door. I would fail at that probably or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it took the stress test. It took the treadmill to really get somebody to believe, oh, this guy's got a big problem.
Well, we're real thankful for that, and I know that's been that, you know, it's made a world of difference for you, and I know I know a lot of people that have had it done, and you know, that's something that you need to stay on top of. So I go to a cardiologist, you know, I gotta schedule my annual checkup with them. I stay on top of that because my dad had quadruple bypass surgery, and I'm very keenly aware of that history in the family. So
If it's one doctor you want to visit on a regular after a certain age, is the cardiologist.
Cardiologist, yeah.
For sure.
Hey, there was a little drone meetup today that many people probably aren't aware of. And I see some of those individuals in the chat right now. Mr. Johnny Drone Flyer and Mr. USA Drone Flyer.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they met up today and flew a local lighthouse down there. And evidently Joe showed Johnny a super secret spot that nobody knows.
I saw that picture.
Yeah, nobody else knows how to get there. Yeah.
Well,
now was any of those DJI Avatas flying around there at that secret meetup?
Very possible.
Well,
Bill, that little Avata's all over the place. Everywhere I look, somebody's getting an Avata delivered to them, Bill.
Well, that's one thing. That's the first thing that I want to do, because we're kind of take a deep dive on the Avata, and the first thing I want to look at is availability. Now, I went out and I saw your video, Ron, and that was a very good video that you did on that. I didn't have a chance to comment on it, but from the website, the only thing that they kind of mention on here is they say that they mentioned something about you can only buy one at this time right now. Due to limited new product availability, each customer can only purchase 3. I'm sorry. Additional orders placed after 3 units will be canceled. Okay. And then with Best Buy, it's showing at my local Best Buy that it will be available. There was a date, September.
Go scroll down more. Yeah, there you go.
Wednesday, September 7th.
The same date as mine, Bill. Mine was the same date, the 7th.
And they're also showing on Amazon, and it's showing free Prime delivery Monday, September 19th.
Not moved up from when I did it earlier. It was the 20th, so it got a day less. Now, if you order the lesser kit, the one with the FPV goggles 2, that was coming about 9 days earlier. Yeah, check that date on that one out.
Check that. Yeah, Sunday, September 11th. Yep. So yeah, there is that.
And Bill, like I think I pointed out in the video, a lot of people can say, well, just get it from DJI. You can get it. I think you can get it in just still a couple of days. But there are a lot of people out there, and I'm not saying one way or the other, but a lot of people like to buy from a US-based reseller. Number one, because of the ability to return the drone if there's an issue. I mean, like Best Buy, walk in a big box store, hand it to somebody, and have it taken off your card or have you paid or whatever, or even Amazon, their returns are flawless. As soon as you put the UPS label on and give it to UPS, your money's back in your account like minutes later or whatever. So a lot of people like that, where DJI it's not going to happen that fast.
Yeah. Well, one of the other things that they talked about with this was the infamous golden ticket. Now, I wanted to go ahead and share that because this is real interesting. I was doing some reading on this, and it's a DJI golden ticket. What are DJI's golden ticket and DJI Day 2022? Mentioned nowhere in the announcement of the Avata, you add the drone to your cart and checkout, you'll find a golden ticket on your confirmation page. According to DJI's website, owning a golden ticket will give you access to the exclusive benefits and unique experiences for whatever DJI Day turns out to be. Details on what it will be are light, but it will be held in 2022, and complete details will come via email soon. However, like previous golden ticket events, it will probably become a coupon to save money on DJI Avata accessories. Okay.
But as you might remember, we got the golden ticket with the Mini 3 as
well.
Mini
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, why is DJI being so coy about all this, Bill?
I don't get it, Ron. They're trying to, I can understand trying to create some interest and some excitement here, but what are they doing here? This is like, okay, what's that coupon program called that DJI has?
Oh, yeah, that one where Bill Thomas could
Yeah.
never order the goggles.
Yeah.
even though he
They
had the
discontinued it,
testing.
guys. I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah.
they have that anymore.
You're right. Exactly, Marcus. They discontinued it because it was a farce. It was a joke. I mean, it's like you
Wait,
can
listen,
never.
Bill, let me back up on that. It wasn't in its original form. It
Right.
became a farce. Yeah.
Right.
And Bill Thomas shamed them out of
He
out
did.
of doing
I
it
mean,
anymore.
Bill really called him out on it, and
Yeah.
kudos to Bill for that because they were saying that what was it? The smart controller wasn't an accessory. Okay, then what was it? It's like, yeah,
Hey, put Michael Wright's most recent comment, the TX Arch drone guy. He has an important message about the
That's a good
shipping if you only ordered the drone.
Drone only will be shipped upon payment. I ordered and paid 24 hours upon release. I received the notice, but it's still to be shipped, just like the Mini 3.
Interesting. Because you know what happened, Bill, to people that wanted to just buy the drone on that morning, Thursday morning, you could not order just the drone that day. It just said reserved. But about 24 hours later, you actually were able to order. But that first wave, it wasn't available.
Yes. Here we go again. It's like, and I don't get it, guys. I really don't get this here because I thought with the Avata, this isn't going to be as popular as the Mini 3. They'll probably have better availability, at least in the first wave. And it looks like, from what I'm seeing out here, like if you go to Amazon and to Best Buy, we went on Amazon and wasn't showing up for a long time, the Mini 3.
Well, today, the 30th was I think the official release date for the third-party sellers.
Right.
So it wasn't really late. This is when this is supposed to happen for third-party sellers.
Yeah, and then it's out there on Best Buy already for pickup, in about a week. So,
hey, let me ask you, Bill. Well, let me back up just a little bit. I heard from our friend Rod Hansen, Hot Rod in Daytona today, and he tells me that he thinks that those new goggles might work for my eyes because they're individually adjustable.
Diopters.
And he said it really helped him.
And he has vision issues also, as well as astigmatism.
Right. So what I would love to do is be able to try those things out right before I buy.
So if they have if they had a sample at Best Buy where you can just walk in and put them on a Best Buy, and maybe they have a video playing inside the goggles.
Exactly. Either that, Ron, or quite frankly, you buy it, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, return it. But Bill, am I wrong?
Now, people out there, you didn't hear Marcus say that. Now,
well, I mean, I think that's a legitimate reason to return something. So I'm not ashamed to say that. Yeah, no, I know you're kidding, Ron. But I mean, I'm just saying. Hey, but Bill, doesn't Best Buy, if you open the box, isn't there a restock fee?
Yeah, there is a restocking fee at Best Buy.
Yeah,
even if you didn't use the product, just on opening, or does that, or like, is it if you've flown or used it?
I think if it's open, they charge you a restocking fee. If it's not open, they don't. And see, that's the nice thing about getting it from Amazon. There's no restocking fee with Amazon. Okay, it goes back. Now, what Amazon's been doing lately on items that are ticketed over $100, I know you said normally they scan it and you get your money back, and those are for items under. If it's over 100, because I've returned several things over $100, they got to wait until either Amazon or that seller for Amazon receives possession of that item. Then you get credited for it.
Yeah, I usually return. I'm going to call it bargain items, so I get the money immediately on something that's like $10, $20. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, I do that all the time. And what's
that's a good correction, Bill.
What's nice is I have right down. I mean, literally less than a mile from me, I have a UPS store, and with Amazon returns, all you got to do is just have the item, and
you don't have to box it up. Yeah, you just
scan a QR code. They put it in a bag. They give you. I ask them for a return receipt. They give me a return receipt with a tracking info on it. Boom, done.
It's painless.
Yeah, it is. It really is, and it works really well.
I'm the same way. I got the hardware store down the street from me has one, and a UPS center, and it's painless. Well, except if it's busy and they have 10 people in line, but otherwise it's painless.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got, the next thing that I want to kind of talk about with this is,
Well,
you know,
just to wrap up what you were saying, this release was a much smoother release than the Mini 3.
yeah, I agree. You are right, Ron, because I think a lot of people are more satisfied with the way things have gone so far.
Yeah.
Having the availability, having it, it's going to be, you'll get it next week. It's not like you're waiting weeks and weeks and weeks.
And you have no idea when it's going to ship. You
Right.
paid your money and you will have the slightest clue to when it's coming.
Now, we talked about this last week. The 11 best reviews on YouTube to watch before buying the Avata.
What a great idea for an article from Hyatt. That's awesome.
I mean, it really was. And it's like, it's just absolutely fantastic. He's done a very good job, and he's picked some great ones here.
Farouk.
And of course, there's Billy.
Billy.
It's like, if you don't watch Billy, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding.
There's drone supremacy.
Hey, one of our best is our buddy Original Dobo. I mean, I'm telling you, he's covered that Avata soup to nuts.
Yeah, he really has.
Well, there's Russ over 51 drone.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one unavailable.
I think Ron and I also. Ron and I both liked Jevin Dovey's video as well.
Yeah,
there's our good friend.
There's Ken. Yeah.
Yeah. But Bill, where's iJustTeen's review?
Yeah, I mean, I did see that. I actually watched that the day of the release. I actually watched her review.
I'm just kidding. I like iJustTeen.
She was probably over at Johnny's house.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this just because this just kind of popped into my mind. Okay. You know whose reviews we would always see whenever a DJI drone would be released, and you never see him anymore?
Who's that?
Casey Neistat.
Oh yeah, I think he's got out of that, right?
I think his wife gave him an ultimatum: YouTube or,
he moved to Los Angeles, and then I think he was moving back to New York and all that. And I haven't watched him for the longest time, but yeah, I mean, he was like a staple, and you expected that, and you didn't see it. Now there are some other ones out there to watch. Kelly Shores did one. Rick Smith.
We just got the drone yesterday.
Yeah. Rick Smith did a few as well.
Rick had his flight video and the desktop
So
video.
what are your takes on these review videos? Which one? And let me put you both on the spot. Which is your favorite of the videos here?
You want to go first, Marcus?
I would say, like I said, I really enjoyed Jevin Dovey's just because it was from a non-FPV person's perspective. But however, I am so proud of our friend Original Dobo, Ken Dono. I just think the stuff that he put out and he covered so many aspects of it. And I thought he did an awesome job.
And since he already, I agree with everything Mark said about Ken's videos, but I'll go to a different one. I'll go with my hometown boy, Billy Kyle. I've loved Billy's videos on it. I mean, even the one where you just talk about the goggles or whatever. So I really enjoyed Billy's series of videos. Bill, how about you? What one got you?
It's kind of almost a tie between Billy and Ken. Ken did a great job. He always, in the thing, Ken's shtick. Okay, there was no shtick in this. Okay, it was straight up, forward. This is the way it is, kind of a thing. And I really like that from Ken this time. Okay, I love all his videos, but I really like it. I thought he did a great job. And with Billy, you find out so much from Billy. Okay, and he explains everything in detail. So it's kind of a tie for me between those two. I mean,
Billy is so thorough. Billy is so thorough. And he explains it so easily, and it's so easy to understand. He does such an awesome job.
I got to tell you this, and this goes back to the Mavic 2 release event that we went to. Okay, now they had a bunch of Mavic 2 Pros and Zooms on a table for us to look at. All right. Well, Billy, as he was taking pictures, you know what he was doing? He was lining up the props so they would all be all four of them would look the same, okay, before he would start shooting his video. All right. This is the kind of, he pays that kind of attention to detail to his videos. All right. And that's why he's as good as he is, because he does all the little things really, really well. Without question.
So what do you think of the Avata, what you've seen so far from all the reviews?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. One of the things I've gotten out of it, it's more durable than I thought it was going to be. Okay.
Yeah. And user repairable in some ways.
Right. Because I know that there's like the cage, and there's a lot of parts out there that DJI is already selling. Okay. I don't know if they're available or not, because I haven't looked.
Yeah.
But the durability of this drone and the ability to withstand crashes.
Who do we see? Whose video were they bouncing off a whole bunch of them? Was it Jevin's video?
That was Jevin's.
He kept bouncing off the stuff and it was fine.
Yeah. I mean, this thing is very durable, and I was really impressed. Now, one of the things.
Oh no, Potato Jet was bouncing it off a bunch of stuff.
But Jevin was too.
Jevin accidentally. Potato Jet was doing it on purpose.
Yeah, and I usually like Potato Jet's videos, and I don't mind he had those guys in, but when he had all those guys in, it sort of messed the flow up for me on his video.
I agree. But he was crashing it on purpose.
Yeah, Jevin was doing it not on purpose.
Right, Jevin was just trying to fly the darn thing.
He must have hit it like 5-6 times or whatever.
Yeah. He ran into a fence, a tree, and some other things.
Sorry, Bill. We cut Bill off in the middle.
No. One of the other things that kind of stood out to me, and I think again I go back to Ken, his video. He's talking about the video from the drone itself, and I know, and Ken's so good. It wasn't as sharp. Just to translate it. It wasn't as sharp as it could be. That's basically what Ken was trying to say with that, which is, very understandable for a drone like this. And, is that something that can be taken care of in a software update? Probably. But, I'll go on record and say, are you looking for 100% sharp video from this? Or is this something that you'd want to go out and just enjoy and have fun with? You know what I'm saying?
I think the point of this one is the video. I mean, I think that's supposedly what they're hanging their hat on. Hey, there is one other review though that is not out yet that I'm waiting for, and I'll bet you guys are probably excited about too. And that's Mikey over at Philly Drone Life. I can't wait to see his review.
Can I give you guys in? He had to leave already. Get ready. Can I give you a little inside the ballpark information? No, you can't let this out. Mikey did his first test flight with it a couple hours ago.
Oh,
if you want his impressions, you'll have to visit Philly Drone Life. Are
you going to be on that show?
He got his very first flight in just hours ago, so it's hot off the presses.
That's a teaser, folks.
Are you going to be on the show tonight, Ron?
Well, I'm under DNA on that type of stuff, but you never know.
Yeah. Does he have any other special guests?
Well. I can't talk about all this stuff. I'm under DNA, but there could be a couple big time guests on there tonight that are FPV experts in their own right.
There you go.
They watch a lot of FPV videos.
So you're gonna have to tune in to Philly Drone Life tonight at 7 p.m.
And thank you for putting up with that, Bill. Mikey promised to pay us in DJI dollars if we show up.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Bill.
DJI dollars, Bill. $10 worth of those, and a cup of a hot cup of coffee will get you on YouTube.
How about a Philly cheesesteak? Okay.
No, I wouldn't buy a Philly cheesesteak. No. Those things are a lot more money nowadays.
Oh, I know. You have to almost get a paycheck for that. One of the things that I wanted to touch on, I wanted to get your guys' reaction. The prices fell in line with what we had heard all along. Okay.
Thank you, Lauren.
What do you think of these prices, guys? Do you think this is spot on for what we're getting, or you think it's too much, or what are your guys' thoughts?
This is always a loaded question when it comes to the FPV drones, because the drone is $629 but the goggles are as much as the drone are. The goggles are as much as a key component here as the drone itself is. So, and this stuff's sold separately. So if you have nothing at all, if you, like me, if you're starting from scratch, it's expensive. If you have a lot of components already, it's not. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen, listen, Ron, for somebody, well, like any of the three of us here, if this thing was under $1,000, we'd probably be a lot more excited about maybe trying
With the
it out.
goggles, or if we already own these, and the new goggles are. There's no reason to get the older goggles. These new goggles are the only reason I'd buy this drone is because these new goggles, Marcus. If they only came with the old goggles, I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah. No, exactly right. And like I said, by the time you put the whole package together, you get the Fly More kit, you get the DJI Care Refresh. Hey, you're right at $2,000.
Yeah, when you put I put it in my box and it was 18. We'll say it was 1850, and then you put the tax on. It was over $1,900 bill to get everything I need because you got it. Can I go after DJI a little bit here, Bill?
Yeah.
They did not include the controller in any of the kits that most people.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other part.
They kind of, should I say, cheaped out or whatever, and only give you the motion controller, knowing that they're going to get another $200 sale off of you because you're going to buy the real controller.
Yeah, and I don't, I got to say this, all right, and let me just go back to my experience with a wand controller. Okay, I had one of those, I'll call it, for lack of a better term, toy drone, and it used a wand. Okay, and let me tell you, it was not easy. I mean, granted, it was a $50 drone, but controlling that thing was a son of a gun, and it was not easy. It was not as intuitive as you thought it was. Okay.
You use the word control loosely, right, Bill?
Yeah, very loosely with that one. Okay. And what DJI is doing here, okay, they did a good thing. And let's go back here. Let's take a trip 4 years back. Okay. When the Mavic 2 came out. All right. They did the Fly More kits separately. So, it was smart. DJI did a smart thing with that. Okay. But then they also realized something. Okay. They could charge for accessories separately that people are going to get, okay, that weren't, that there was no discussion. And I think that's what they are doing here, okay? They're, and also too, part of the cost structure of this, all right? Because, that controller is another $200, $1,400 for a Cinewoop that's probably not as big as the Mini 3. I mean, people are going to go,
I see Rod is saying in the chat here that he's having a lot of fun with the motion controller. So there's that too.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's kind of, I know people haven't got yet, but so far Rod's in the minority on this. Everybody wants that real controller.
Yeah. Mark White is also saying that you can get it for about $100 on eBay.
Yeah.
The
A lot of people who crashed their FPV drone 1 are selling the controller pretty cheap on eBay. But a lot of people won't buy used or whatever. So it is what it is there. But back to the point, this thing's almost $2,000. We remember, Bill, how people balked at the Mavic 3 being a little over $2,000, $2,199. But of course, this is almost in the same ballpark. If you have to buy everything, you're almost in the Mavic 3 ballpark. So why, if you balked at the Mavic 3, why are you not balking at this?
Listen, I'll tell you, if they make this thing compatible with the RC Pro, I'll buy that, just that drone. I'll buy that in a minute for sure.
Standalone flying around.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? They're, and it kind of started, and I'm going to go back to when the original Smart Controller came out. And then I was part of the beta program to test it was going to work with the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 because they both had OcuSync 2.0. Okay. And I had thoughts in the back of my head, and I talked a little bit to Rick Smith about this, and he kind of agreed with me that going forward, and we're there now, that going forward that we're going to be seeing those type of controllers with drones going forward. Okay. Like the consumer drones, not the FPV drones. We're going to start seeing, what we saw with the Mini 3. That's just going to be, You'll probably still have an option to get a smartphone controller, but I think that's going to start going by the wayside.
Yeah.
Bill, what you just said just then is true. So when Autel put their big sale on and they had that Autel Lite, they got that Flymore package for the Lite Plus. That's right around $1,400. It seemed like a pretty good deal to me.
Yeah.
That's a drone I would be interested in. But you know what put me to a screeching halt is all you had was a regular controller, and I was going to have to use my iPhone with it, and I knew it'll just get dim and I won't be able to see what I'm doing. So what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're right back to where you were.
You're back to square one with that. I mean, it's like, DJI is doing this on purpose, okay, and with a good purpose in mind, okay, because believe it or not, okay, they're probably trying to think, how many of us, when we're out flying for the channel or, flying for fun, okay, it's a pain. It really is, you're using your phone for your on your controller, okay, but it's your phone. I mean, I know a couple of times I've gotten calls in the middle of flights. I should have put airplane mode on, but still,
no, it's easy to forget, right, Bill? I've done the same thing.
Yeah, because I always forget how to do it, whatever. So I never wind up doing it. Hey, Bill, highlight Lauren's most recent comment, second from the bottom.
That's why I hung on to this baby. I sold my FPV drone, but I hung on to this guy.
Well, there you have it. And, and that's why, Lauren, thank you for this information. This really makes a difference for a lot of people, all kidding aside. That's excellent news. And I think people need to know this kind of information.
How much is the motion controller as a standalone item, Marcus?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was $199.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's up here, and
yeah, it's not right on that page, is it? You'd probably have to go back to the store, but I think it's $199. Oh yeah. Well, that just says it's coming with it, but I'm pretty sure it's $199, Ron. Let me confirm it. Bill, go back to doing what you're doing. Let me look.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyhow, a lot of people would love to see cross compatibility of DJI devices, and Bill kind of hinted in his video that briefly about the goggles too. That Bill, they're not called FPV goggles. The first two goggles for the they had FPV on them. These just say DJI goggles. He hinted that maybe these goggles would become compatible with some of the camera drones in the near future.
That is very possible.
The original DJI goggles were for the camera drones.
Those original goggles. Wow. Okay. Talk about uncomfortable. Talk about, just big. Yeah. It's just bulky, all the above. Yeah.
And I don't, and that's the reason I don't think, Bill, they were a big success for when they came out with the Mavic Pro because of the size. But these much smaller goggles too, I think some camera guys would fly with them.
I think you're right. I really do think you're
$199. I looked it up. It's on sale for $180 on Amazon right now. So
they're basically the same price as your standard FPV controller if you bought it new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but there's a lot to be said, okay, because most of us, and there's the controller right there. Most of us are more comfortable, holding a controller like that versus the wand. All right. It's something that we're all used to. It's something, if you've played Xbox or PS, a PlayStation kind of game, you're kind of used to that. And it's the same form factor in this. And it makes it easy, I think.
Yeah. Hey, our friend Richard, SSB73 in chats, he tried to bring this up last night too, and I didn't get to mention it. He's really concerned about the noise of the Avata, bring the Karens out of the woodwork. And, and it is a noisy drone, but I think all FPV drones are noisy drones.
That's it.
I don't think it's confined just to the Avata. I think if you have any inkling about flying FPV drones, you're going to have to be put up with
you're not going to be stealthy. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fact. Well,
Yeah.
like I see Dobo in the chat. He when he did his review, he flew it with the regular controller.
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, there's the thing. Okay. I'll go back to it again. They're trying to force you in a direction with the original, with the motion controller, and a lot of people are not going to buy it. Okay, I mean, well, not
Yeah,
the
you have to buy a
phraseology,
bill unless you get the drone just alone.
right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, they're not going to say, the motion controller is just the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, I don't think a lot of people are going to say that. They're going to say, you know what, I need to get out there and get the regular controller.
So let
Because
me throw something different at you. Could this be DJI trying to get the motion controller in more hands and getting people to get used to it because they see it as the future? I don't know. I'm wondering.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine, Marcus, if you'd ordered the Mini 3 and your only option for controller was to get the motion controller with it?
Yeah, that's the point. I'm with you, Ron. I don't, and yeah, and of course in this case, you have the goggles, so your FPV is already on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's an interesting choice, but I guess the point that I'm making is DJI is smart enough to do. They did that for a reason, and so you have to wonder what their other ulterior motive could be.
Well, and I gotta say this, okay? There's some logic and some thinking behind this. Are they going to come out? Let's say the Mini 4, okay? Are they going to have two kinds of controllers? Are they going to have a motion controller and a regular controller with it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if there's options, but I don't want that to be the standard controller in the box.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people are the same way, Ron, because a lot of people are not comfortable with something like that. Okay, they're going to have problems.
I mean, I tried the motion controller at Spin Up or whatever, and I mean, I only messed with it for less than 5 minutes, but I wasn't getting the hang of it.
Listen, Ron, I'm not disagreeing with you, but look what Rod is saying in the chat. He's saying that he's hitting gaps with it. So is it?
Yeah, I mean, all I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to say it's not good. It doesn't work well, but I don't know if it's for everybody.
Yeah. No, I understand your point. I'm just saying that I suspect that DJI has got something else up their sleeve, because there also is a rumor that they are coming out with a second generation of the motion controller too. So could there be more to that?
Okay, here's Lon's comment. If you use the head tracking with the motion controller, you understand what they're shooting for.
And that's a good thing. Some people brought that up in their reviews. I know Billy did about it. It has head tracking on it, which I guess the first
that head tracking is something else, man. Did you see some of the demos of that, man?
Yeah. I mean, I've had things over the years that had head tracking in them or whatever. So I know it could be an interesting feature.
Yeah, it's like that. So they talked about now this article right here is just talking about with they updated the FPV firmware, and this was a couple of days ago to add support for Avata. This was just an article about that, which didn't. We all knew it was coming. It just they went out there and they did this. Yeah. Now again, one of the things.
And the Fly app also got updated, Bill.
The Fly app, exactly.
1.7.0.
Yeah. So, with all this being said, okay, and and like I said, I got to thank Ken, I got to thank Billy, and all the guys, Jevin, everybody that did reviews. Aldrin did a good review. I watched mostly all of them. Aldrin did a good one. Kelly did a good one. Rick Smith did a good one.
Don't forget iJustine.
And our friend iJustine, she did a good one. But I think one of the things that I think people need to understand something about this, and I think it's really good because you saw such a variety of them. Okay, but at the core, you want to watch ones maybe like Jevin's, like Billy's, like Ken's, because they're going to break it down, and I think especially with Jevin, and I think one of you two raised that point, and I think it was a really good one. He's not an FPV type of guy. He's a normal, consumer drone type.
What he is, he's a video expert.
Yeah, he's a video.
More so than almost anybody out there.
Yeah, he really
has
is.
a production company where he makes real, not just drone videos, real videos.
He listen, Jevin Dovey is the Mark Fisher of the West Coast.
There you go.
He is. Jevin does a great job with what he does, and I think it was really good getting it in his hands because it gave everybody a different kind of flavor for it. You know, imagine one of us who's normally a consumer drone type of person going in and picking this up cold and using it, and I think that was a good thing. So you know, it's you know, all of these 11 plus reviews that are out there, watch them all, guys. You know, if this is something that still piques your curiosity, if you haven't seen any of them, go out there and see them. Go see Billy's, go see Dobo's, you know, Jevin Dovey's, all the ones out there, Aldrin's, you know, and take it all in, soak it all in, because you know, this is what, and I'm going to go back to when I first started out, you know, back in 2017. You know, I watched other people's reviews, okay, and I learned so much from doing that before I even bought my first drone. And I think, you know, that's like my son-in-law. He's watched a lot of people's reviews before he's buying his first drone. And I think, you know, that's the thing here. If the Avata is something that kind of piques your curiosity and it's something you think you might be interested in, get out there and watch these, because these are more than any other drone that DJI has come out with. These reviews are really key and really critical to the success of this drone, because, you know, each one of them, while they put their own flavor on it, you know, it gives you a chance to see what the experience is like through their eyes.
And so when you do order in a Raj, you're not surprised.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so you don't run into like, I didn't expect that. I didn't think it was going to be like that. No, you know, you'll know exactly what's going on after you watch.
Bill, here's a good point. A lot of people, I know Billy pointed out, and Ken did too, that the SD card slots is in one of the prop guard type things inside there. And, you know, they mentioned it's in a hard spot to get at. So that's the type of thing. If you didn't watch those videos, you would get the drone and you said, well, where's the SD card slot? You know, you wouldn't know where it is unless you
even know where
watch
to find
those
it.
videos.
Yeah, I watched that with Billy. So yeah, you know, and it's, you know, and I know several people said, you know, that's a one kind of a pain point with them is where they put that slot. You know, they may have not had a choice. I don't, you know, obviously we don't know. So just, what are your guys' thoughts to close all this with?
You know what? If you want one, buy one. If goggles worked for my eyes, I would probably have one. But yeah, so I mean, that's about it. It's starting to cool off now. We're getting into fall. Get out there and fly your drones and have fun.
Ron.
Bill, you know, I'm impressed with what I've seen, especially the goggles. I'm really impressed with the tech in the goggles. And even though I haven't ordered yet, I don't think I'm going to order, Bill, but I will tell you this, Bill. If I was going to order an FPV quad, the Avata with the goggles too is the kit I'd order.
There you go. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. And, you know, and you guys kind of hit the nail on the head, is that I think some of these retailers like Best Buy and maybe some other brick and mortar stores, you know, that carry DJI drones, it probably would pay for them to have an experience where you could try the goggles on and have a video play. Obviously, you can't control a drone, but
you could.
To give you an experience of what it's like, I think that would really help sell a lot of drones, because, or, you know, maybe in my case, you know, I'd look at it and, you know, the spatial awareness, nope, not going to work for me. Sorry, even with the adjustables, sorry, not going to work. But like Hot Rod Daytona has put in a lot of good comments about that tonight as well too. So, you know, it's something that if it really interests you, watch these videos, learn what it's like. You'll know what you're getting when you go ahead and you make your buying decision.
I mean, it's a shame that this is kind of, I'm giving you the story from 20 years ago, but remember Comp USA in their heyday, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay, remember you could go into Comp USA and whatever you were looking for, computers, printers, scanners, all this stuff, they would have a station set up where you could actually go use it, and they
Mhm.
probably have a rep there helping you. Like if you didn't know whether you wanted an Apple or Windows computer, you could go to different stations and try out software in the computers, see how Photoshop worked, or some of the big programs on them. And it was an experience that you just don't have that anymore in a retail store, where
Yeah.
you could walk out a CompuState confident on your choice, because you not only could you hands on, but they had people there, guiding you, and that was a great experience.
It was. You brought up a excellent point, because I know I did that many times going up to CompUSA, and I felt great walking out the door with my purchase. And chances are, and the reason they did something like that, because they know if somebody tried it and liked it, the only reason they'll bring it back is if it's defective. Okay.
Right. It cut back
Kind
on
of a thing.
returns, right?
Yeah, come
Yeah.
back and return. So,
Yeah.
guys, make sure you watch Ron. He will be on Mikey's show. Mikey's show is coming up next.
Right now.
Right now. So you guys make sure you all tune in. And Dobo, thanks for appearing in the chat tonight. We really are great. Kudos on your video. And guys, thank you all for a great chat. Really appreciate it all. And remember, guys, as always, it's a great day to fly. Hope you all have a great rest of your week. Take care, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.